Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, today's video is going to be a really fun one. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Basically, I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this purpley smoky eye that is really going to complement every single eye color, and that's really going to make every single eye color pop. Now, even though I'm wearing this makeup look on my eyes right now, I actually created it on Allana Davison, who is a fellow YouTuber, and this video is actually in collaboration with Allana. We also did a video on her channel where she did my makeup. She is adorable and honestly just a bundle of joy. She's honestly probably one of my favorite people here on YouTube, and you guys have to check her out and subscribe to her, and also check out the video that we created together because I think you're really going to enjoy it. Even though I'm not doing the tutorial myself today, I still want to put the eye look on so that you could see what it looks like with brown eyes, and then when the tutorial starts you could see what it looks like on Allana's lighter green eyes, and it'll look absolutely stunning on blue eyes as well. So I really hope you guys enjoy this tutorial and enjoy watching me do makeup on somebody else. Don't forget to let me know what you thought in the comments. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already, and of course hit that like button if you enjoy this video, like to see more. So that's basically it, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so let's get started. So just like every tutorial, we're going to start off by priming Allana's lids with some MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I'm going to just apply that all the way from the brow bone to the lash line using a synthetic brush, and this is just going to prime the lids and make the eyeshadow that we apply on top last a lot longer, and it's also going to give us a nice blank canvas to work on. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to go into the peach shade first, and this is going to be our transition shade. With a big fluffy brush, I'm going to apply that above her crease, going in big sweeping motions back and forth to really buff this out. This doesn't have to be perfect. It could be really nice and messy since it is such a light color, and it's just going to allow all the colors we apply underneath to blend seamlessly. Next, I'm going to go into the neutral brown, which is the first shade in the palette, and I'm going to apply this shade into the crease with a smaller blending brush. So this is going to be a little bit more precise, and I'm really concentrating it right in the socket of her eye to add some depth there. I'm not going in with the darkest shade just yet because I want to build that up really nice and slowly. So you sort of just want to blend that into the transition shade and go back and forth between the blending brush and the more fluffier brush. So now it's time to really add the depth, and this is ANASTASIA Deep Plum, which is a lot deeper than the other shades we previously used, and on a more precise brush, I'm going to apply this into the crease, and as you can see, I applied just a little bit too much, so you really want to make sure to apply a little bit at a time so that you don't make the mistake that I did. But even if you did apply too much like I did, you just want to go in with a clean, fluffy blending brush and just run along it and buff it out, and it should be a-okay, so don't freak out. So I'm just going to continue to apply the color and blend it until I'm happy with the intensity. I'm now going to take the Tarte Metallic eyeshadow in the shade Sinful, and this is a stunning metallic eyeshadow. If you heard the audio in this clip, I was basically screaming. I was so excited about it. But I'm basically just applying that all over her mobile lid with a flat shader brush. And then I'm going in with a blending brush with no additional product and just blending along the edges to make sure that they're blended seamlessly into the eyeshadow in the crease. Now, one of my favorite tricks to really brighten up an eye is to apply a lighter shade right in the center of the lid. So this is another Tarte Metallic eyeshadow in the shade Poker Face, and by popping that lighter color in the center, it's going to really make her eyes pop and make the look a little bit more dimensional. Now I'm just taking a makeup wipe and just cleaning up the outer corner to make sure that it's nice and sharp. So this is what the eyes look like so far, but we are not done yet. I'm just going to apply a little bit more of the Deep Plum shade into the crease to continue to deepen it up. I sort of do this throughout the whole entire time I'm creating this eye look, just to make sure that it's as deep as I want it. So I'm just applying the shade and then blending it, the same process that I've basically been doing this whole entire time. So now we're going to move on to the face and come back to the eyes a little bit later. So I'm just priming her skin with a little bit of the Makeup Forever Hydrating Primer. This is a really great primer for dry skin, and Allana does have very dry skin, so it worked beautifully for her. And then I'm taking the GIORGIO Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and I'm just applying that all over her face, of course, with a damp sponge. Now this particular sponge is from MORPHE, and I'm basically just dabbing the foundation into her skin. I really want her skin to look really nice and fresh and not too heavy or overdone, so I'm just applying a very light layer of foundation just to even out her skin tone. And always be sure to blend some foundation down the neck so that there is no demarcation line. And that is what the foundation looks like when we're all done. And now it's time to move on to concealer. So for the concealer, I'm going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape. This is a wonderful full coverage concealer that does not crease. It's really, really great. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the deeper shade in the shade Light Medium on her skin to cover up any blemishes or extra redness so that I don't need to apply an extra layer of foundation. Instead, I'm just spot correcting so that her skin does not look heavy or cakey, and that totally did the trick. Then I'm going in with the lighter shade, which is in the shade Light, and I'm going to apply this underneath her eyes as well as everywhere else that I want to highlight on her face, such as down the bridge of her nose, on the center of her forehead, on the center of her chin. And this is going to add some light to her face. And I find, especially when you're using a very bright under eye concealer, you want to balance out that lightness in other places throughout the face so that it doesn't look off or weird and everything is sort of just balanced and meshes all very nicely together. Now, Allana and I decided to bake a little bit just because this is not something that neither of us normally do, but we wanted to do it today. So I just took my damp sponge and my RCMA no color powder, and as you can see, I'm just applying a very thick layer of powder underneath the eyes as well as on the other areas of her face that I highlighted. And this is basically just really gonna lock that concealer in place, and it's also going to brighten it up even more. So I just basically let that sit for about a minute or so, and then I just dust it off with a very fluffy brush, and as you can see, it really does brighten up underneath the eyes quite significantly. Now to powder the rest of her face, I'm using my Armani. This is the Luminous Silk Powder. This is a really nice powder for dry skin, and I'm basically just patting that all over her face to very lightly set the foundation so that it's not sticky or tacky anymore. Then it's time to bronze, and for that I'm using the Hoola bronzer. This is a really, really beautiful matte bronzer, and I'm basically just applying that on her hairline, in her cheekbone area, and just basically all in like the normal bronzing places just to warm up her complexion a little bit. Now for her blush, I'm taking the Estee Edit blush in the shade First Lover, and I'm just applying that to the apples of her cheeks as well as on her cheekbones, sort of just blending it into the bronzer that we just applied. And then for her highlighter, I'm taking this Pure highlighter. This is a beautiful, very soft vanilla highlighter, fantastic for fair skin, and it's not crazy intense. It's pretty nice and subtle, so I'm just applying that right to the tops of her cheekbones. Now that we're done with the face, it's time to move back to the eyes. So I'm just pressing some eyeshadow right to her lower lash line to add some definition there. This is the lid color that we had used, the Tarte Metallic eyeshadow, and I'm really just making sure that it's very, very close to her lashes and then blending out the bottom edge with a pencil brush. Then Allana just went ahead and applied some mascara to her lashes, and she also applied some falsies. These are the Goddess lashes from Coco. Now to finish off the eyes, I'm going to apply Starry Eyed from Makeup Geek. This is a beautiful foiled eyeshadow, and I'm going to apply that on the inner corner of her eye as well as on her brow bone, and this is such a stunning eyeshadow that will really open up the eyes even further. Now moving on to the brows, I'm taking these Benefit brow products. This is the Benefit Brow Gel as well as the Precisely My Brows Brow Pencil, and I'm just running some brow gel through her brows and just lightly filling in her brows with the pencil. Now finishing off the look with the lips, we use MAC Boldly Bare Lip Liner and Hourglass Femme Nude in number 1. I actually had Allana just do her lips herself because I always find that everybody knows their lips the best themselves and they always do it better themselves. So I just had her do it. So she just quickly lined her lips and then obviously filled her lips in with the lipstick. And then that completes the finished look. So that is it for the finished tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed watching me do Allana's makeup. Once again, do not forget to check out the video that we created on Allana's channel. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Give this video a big thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Mwah. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be all about creating a flawless base. You guys